Hey everybody, it's Mr. Buro from Staten Tech, and we're about to start the next project, which is to create a AutoCAD version of the classic paper snowflake. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's basically when you were a child, probably in school, your teacher would give you a piece of paper and ask you to fold it. So I'm going to fold this piece of paper in half several times. And do one more. And now I have something that it's folded nice and tight. And I'm going to take a scissor and start cutting pieces out of it. So I'll do this. Do one more like that. Cut over here, like a circular cut. And over here, we'll do like a square cut. And over here, I'll do another square cut. So I've cut it like this, and then I'm going to unfold it. And I have this. This would be what you might have done in school. And you can see a lot of symmetry built into it just from some basic geometric cuts that were cut out of a piece of paper. But in the AutoCAD version, you're going to have to do a lot more and make it a lot more complicated and full of a lot more detail. So take a look at the sheet, which I'm about to show you. Okay, so you just saw me create that paper snowflake just by taking a piece of paper and folding it several times and cutting it out. As you can see on the project sheet, this is called the Extreme Snowflake because you're using a program that involves a lot of different commands for the design process and the ability to be extremely precise. So that is going to be required of you for this project. There's some pictorial examples on the top to show you some patterns of like Aztec and Mayan tiles, plus some pictures of actual snowflakes that have been created by other people. Well, not actual snowflakes. I think you get the idea. So the suggested commands to be used are line, circle, rectangle, polygon, polyline. You're going to be using the mirror command and the trim command extensively in this particular project because of the nature of it, and I'll show you what I mean by that. Here's some information about saving the file. You will be using your template, of course, and call the project CAD Snowflake on the template when you specify the drawing name. In the beginning, it asks you to draw a 4x7 rectangle, then stay within the constraints of that rectangle and make the pattern or design that will be beautiful once mirrored or repeated. It's very important that you understand that you're going to be mirroring your pattern a few times. And again, keep in mind that paper snowflake. You're going to copy the rectangle to the side so we see your original design in the model space, but for the layout, we'll have just a close-up view of the mirrored version. So as you could see over here, we have the original design to the left of the real design in the model space, but on paper space, the viewport is zoomed in just to show the mirrored design. There's some information on the bottom of the paper if you want to show like an advanced version of it, but that's not required. And there's on the sheet a close-up of what you can see that I created on here. So let's go back to CAD. And from here, I'm going to do exactly what it said. I'm going to draw a rectangle that is 4x7. I will use coordinate input for that. And then on the rectangle, I could do quite a few things. I could take the circle command and kind of like just dump a circle out over there, and then I can offset that circle a few times inward. And then I can take the trim command and cut out all those pieces, and then cut out stuff here to kind of show what's going on with the circles. Whoops, messed up the pattern there. So that's going to look nice when it gets mirrored. Maybe I'll cut these two pieces out. Also, I can take a polyline and snap to one particular area and then just start creating arcs. I don't want to go too far away from the edge. And then I can trim that part out. And before I cut here, so I know that looks kind of strange that way, but you'll see what it's going to look like. And then here I can put some lines. Then use the offset command. And then I could extend them by holding shift with the trim command. And then do some more trimming. Put some circles randomly in here. I think you get the idea. And then I'm going to have to apply the mirror command several times. So I activate the mirror command, select everything, and then I will flip this over one of its borders once. And then again, so that's going to be 2 by 2. And then I'm going to flip it again. And one more time. So with some simple design, which is certainly not complete, I was able to create some nice patterns along the sides and like throughout the middle. As you can see, like this kind of turned out nice over here. I made a more detailed one over on this side. I will go ahead and flip that one as well, so you can see it close up. There's some stars over here, some triangles. I have some staggered lines cut out over here, purposely leaving spaces so they could be continuous. I have a curved cutout here, an angled cutout over here, a circular cutout over here, and then a nice pattern over here with circles. So take a look at this one after I perform that mirror command several times. That's once to make it 2 by 1, once again to make it 2 by 2, and then again to make it 4 by 2, and then one more time for a 4 by 4. Gotta be careful what you're snapping to, otherwise it will not be correct. There, and then now I have a beautiful pattern over here. I have a nice star pattern in it. The curved cutouts looking good. The circle pattern came out really nice with some staggered spaces. And even the mini circles that I threw in there are kind of taking a really nice geometric pattern. So I've created a very, very deep, extreme version of this snowflake. And it would look really nice if I started coloring it or something like that, but that's not required. I'd rather you not at this moment. Just keep it black and white, make it your own. Use all the commands that you have been taught, or even commands that you have not been taught, to create a beautiful pattern here. There are some traps and pitfalls that you should be aware of. Text does not mirror, and also the hatching, if you were to explore using the hatch command, does not mirror as well. So be very careful about using those commands. And that's it. So you're going to be creating your snowflake following the guidelines within this document. Please be very careful. Be inspired by designs that you might see online. Like I said, just patterns in Mayan or Aztec tiles and all types of snowflake designs that you might see online. That's it. Thank you very much. Wait a minute, I did forget one thing. After you perform the mirror command, I do not want you to edit the mirrored version of the project at all. So once it's in this particular form that you see, you're not allowed to trim anything or hatch anything or do any particular editing at all. The entire design must be generated by your cut 4x7 rectangle. And don't forget, you're not allowed to go outside the boundaries of that 4x7 rectangle, only cutting within and some of the edges off, but not outside of that boundary of 4x7. Sorry about that. And again, thank you very much.